India might soon get its first ever proper supermoto in the 300 to 500cc segment in the form of new KTM 390 SMC R. And the reason we are saying might is because we don't really know whether this motorcycle is India bound or it will just be for the international market. But irrespective of that, for all our enthusiastic viewers, here's everything that you need to know about the 390 SMC. Now getting straight on to the design part, the 390 SMC looks very similar to KTM's existing 690 Supermoto with minimalistic body panels but long travel suspension and 17-inch alloy wheels at both ends. Now the main components have been borrowed from the 390 Adventure R and the Enduro R. Even the body panels look very similar to the Enduro R, the 390. With minimalistic panels at the front. There's a very small headlamp with a front beak, and the side panels and the tail section also, again, there is not much body panels, which should actually help KTM shed a lot of weight as compared to the 390 Adventure R, which is the whole point of Supermoto. They are supposed to be very fun and playful motorcycles. Now, Supermoto as a concept is supposed to bring best of both worlds, a dirt bike and a street bike, and that's what the new 390 SMC seems to be. Now, if you look closely, it gets the same chassis as the Enduro and the 390 Adventure, but it gets 17-inch spoke wheels at both ends, which means good flickability. But since it has longer travel suspension as compared to, let's say, the 390 Duke, you'll have the liberty to jump the motorcycle, do some dirt riding and have some more fun than you can have on a typical street motorcycle. It gets spoke wheels, but we expect if in case it comes to India, KTM should give it alloy wheels, which will bring convenience of easy puncture repair and the inclusion of tubeless tires. And as we told you, the chassis looks the same as the 390 Adventure. So does the engine. This is going to be a 399cc single-cylinder liquid-cooled engine, same as the 390 Duke. Whether the tuning and the gearing will be different is that remains to be seen, but it will continue to get a 6-speed gearbox, perhaps a quick shifter as well. Now the fuel tank capacity might be slightly lesser because the midsection of the motorcycle looks very small, and in Supermoto as a concept, it is not meant to be a long range touring motorcycle. It is supposed to be a short distance for short burst of rides, so which means the fuel tank could be smaller. Now the interesting part is that KTM doesn't seem to have crammed this motorcycle with as many features as the 390 Adventure, because the instrument cluster, if you look closely at the pictures, it looks very different. It looks like a small rectangular LCD console, and even the switchgear is different. This might not have cruise control like the 390 Adventure, but what we have seen in the videos is that it has a dedicated button for switching ABS for the rear wheel, which means a lot of sliding fun, and as I said, that's the whole point of a Supermoto. Now, just like every other product in KTM's 390cc portfolio, the 390 SMC will be manufactured in India. But as I said in the beginning, we are not sure whether this will come to India or whether this will be only exclusive to the international markets. But it makes sense for KTM to launch it here, since there won't be a lot of logistics involved and other duties which are involved in bringing a motorcycle from overseas. But KTM might want to wait for Supermoto as a genre or as a segment to flourish and grow in India, because it's a segment which is not really popular as of now, or not as popular as a street naked or a modern classic or an adventure motorcycle. And even if KTM plans to bring it to India, it will be interesting to see how much KTM prices this motorcycle, because looking at all the components and all the bells and whistles which the top spec 390 Adventure R gets, this will definitely be more affordable than the 390 Adventure R, but by how big a margin is something we are really curious to see. It should sit close to the 390 Duke, because both of them are street oriented motorcycle. This one is more of a versatile, but looking at the overall components and the overall segment, they both are very close to each other. How much would you want the SMC 390 R to be priced at, and would you actually want this motorcycle to come to India? Let us know in the comment section. I'm Anuj, signing off for now.